Welcome to this week's video. My name's Robert Gowdy from Consortium Private Wealth, and this week we're going to tackle a really boring one, but we're going to try to make it as simple as possible. And the reason why I thought I'd tackle budgeting and trying to break it down to some simple steps is I saw a young guy, highly intelligent, has just nutted this thing very carefully, and I can see that he's put some time and thought into it, but now he doesn't need to think about it. So this one's really about budgeting and making it really simple. Now, I'm a firm believer that it shouldn't be an ongoing pain. So I think people see budgeting as extremely restrictive and boring thing to do, and it's going to compromise your lifestyle. I don't think it needs to be that. I think it's something that you can work out over a few days, set things up, automate things, and then make just progressive changes. So it might take you 1 or 2 days, and with automation with our phones, online banking, I think this can be a really simple thing to do. And one of the reasons why you may want to do that is that being out of control financially from a cash flow point of view is not ideal. That definitely puts stress on people, whereas being in control and making sure that you're allocating money for the right areas, for the bills that are coming down the track is a really good feeling. You feel in control, so it can reduce stress. Now, I think setting up a separate account for expenses, something that where regular money goes into for those lumpy expenses as they come in. We've got a way to deal with the bill shock, those lumpy expenses. So I think starting to split up everything you're doing, making some estimations about where it goes is really important. So obviously income coming in, and then you're going to have a certain amount of money going out. And what I've done here is this is the Money Smart budget planner. So a simple Google search will, if you put in Money Smart budget planner, the page will come up directly, and you can just download. This is the Excel spreadsheet, or you can use the web version. So I've just made some estimations here. I've left the income side of it out, but cancel rates $500. It's converting these into your annual payments. And this is a good way to obviously get your expenses down in writing, and this is where you'd make these slight adjustments as you go along, but you're going to end up with an annualized figure. And what my recommendations are is you take this annualized figure. I'll just go back to the presentation, that you take your annual ongoing expenses, and you convert these annual expenses in line with your pay cycle. So if you've got expenses of say $35,000 per year, and you get paid on a weekly basis, we divide that by 52, and that is $673. So that $673 should automatically be a direct debit from where your pay goes into the designated expense account. From that expense account, I'd recommend that if cancel rates are $2,000 per year, you divide that by the same amount, your weekly cycle, which is 52. So $2,000 divided by 52 is about $40 per week, or a bit under. So you can set up a regular direct debit into your council rates, or your electricity rates, or gas, water, whatever it is, and you can do that in line with your pay cycle. So when those big bills come in, you don't get that big bill shock where you say, oh geez, where do I find $400 from? It's happening progressively as you go, and the money goes directly into that account. So take your time, download one of these simple budget planners, estimate your ongoing expenses, convert them into the combined ones into a weekly amount or a fortnightly amount, depending on how you get paid, and then set up a regular direct debit into your designated expense account. It's easy to set up. It can all be within your phone on the apps. And then you automate, again, just using the apps or the web, automate, again, in line with your pay cycle, the amount of money that you estimate that goes into each account, whether that's electricity, gas, water, rates, and so on, and pay it progressively in line with your pay cycle. You'll never get bill shock ever again. I hope that's a help. Boring topic, but I know that cash flow causes people a lot of stress. This is a way to help alleviate that. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next week. Bye.